'Cause I've got a silver crush. I think you know, but I keep thinking about it. And look at that shiny silver. What is this? I think it's 1.5 ounces. Or is it 2 ounces? 1.5 ounces, fine silver. The Queen. The Winter Fox. Look at silver. It's just such a beautiful thing. Hold it in your hand. It's got a little weight to it. You know, old silver coins. These are $50. Like there's a Benji, Ben Franklin. Remember these back in the day, right? What year is this? 1962. Hello. Even predates my old keister. But just listen to the silver sound. I like to clank it around and like put on an eye patch and yell "arg." Oh, you crack yourself up. At least you're your own biggest fan. Probably true. Coming in here Wednesday, June 5th, 20 and the 24, 2:03 p.m. What the world? Where'd the day go? Wanted to check in. Uh-oh, that's my lady friend. Hold on, let's pause this. And we're back just like that. And I don't know how long it's been. Had to have a conversation with my side chick, aka my wife. So here's what went on yesterday. I bought some more stuff. Was it early? Probably. But who knows? I think silver, gold, and oil may still have one more little dipsy doodle in them lower before we get to the major runs. But here's what went on. 1,000 shares of SILJ, that is the Silver Juniors ETF. 500 shares of GDXJ, Gold Miner Juniors. 1,000 shares of Barrick Gold. 1,000 shares of First Majestic Silver. 1,000 shares of Skeena Resources. 1,000 shares of Equinox Gold. 1,000 shares of EMX Royalty. And 1,000 shares of I-80 Gold. That's what went on yesterday. A little buying frenzy towards the end of the trading day. Let's go to the big board. We're up to date, but we still haven't taken back all of the damage that we've suffered. Let's see here. We're up 20,000, so that's not a bad movement to the north. Doesn't mean we're done yet. I could easily see the three amigos, my three favorite commodities, having another dip before then making a run. But according to the charts and the waves and the moving averages and the MACDs and the RSIs and my crystal ball, we'll find out if any of that thought changes soon. Where are we at? GDX at 72% profit and UCO at minus 255% profit. UCO currently trading at $28.49, and I have $30 puts on the board. Today's Wednesday, so we'll just keep watching, see what's going to go on there. We've spent up a bunch of our money, though. Where are we at here? We have, drum roll please, $246,000 in cash still in the accounting. We have $180,000 in options collateral with all the puts that I have out there. And I still feel confident in all of the puts. UCO might need to be managed. But again, depending on what UCO or what oil shows me in the next day and a half, 2 days, will determine what we do with that UCO put. But these puts that are expiring next week on silver, I'm not concerned, even though this one shows that we're down 120%. No biggie. Should be just fine and safe tomorrow. Unity, what are you doing today? Probably continuing to, yes, make my butt stink. Now down to 1768. So our 1950 calls are sitting pretty, but that doesn't say much for our position because it is shoots and ladders downtown, you know to where? Chinatown. We're at 28.98 on our 3,000 shares. So that is nearly $34,000 down. I haven't even looked at the charts recently on Unity because I'm so mad at you. The way you've treated me, messing with my emotions. Work all day on my hair and you hit my hair. If you know that movie, if you know where that line from a movie came from, then you are way cooler than I even anticipated. Wait, hold on. One more pause. All right, I'm back, but I have to actually go. My Coco forgot something on her way to work. As I mentioned before, both girls work together at Martini's, a nice little restaurant here in Valparaiso. But guess what? In the meantime, they've both taken second jobs at the same place. Bob Evans on the weekends, which is where they worked 2 summers ago. They worked there together. Bob Evans, the manager over there, called and said, "Is there any way that you haven't found a job yet this summer? We're severely understaffed." I'm like, "We have jobs, but what are you thinking?" So they worked last weekend. That was their first weekend there, but they're on the schedule for this weekend as well. So that they're just working their little patooties off. Same with kid 1. Today is 3rd day on his brand new job at a sod farm. Hello. Yeah, that's as hot and as hard as it sounds. And the weather has been really brutally warm here the past couple of days. A little reprieve today because we have some cloudy skies, but it's still nice and warm. Yesterday was like, 87 degrees plus with high humidity. So he's learning what it's like to work your fingers to the bone and be hot. You're wearing jeans because you got to protect your legs, you got to wear boots to protect your feet, etc. So I'm very proud of him because today he actually woke up with a fever. Now, before you say, "I can't believe you let him go to work sick," he works by himself at this sod farm, so he's not going to infect anyone else. And this seems to be the time of year where he gets ear infections. I don't know what it is, the poor little boy. But I did just check in with him recently, and he says he's actually feeling much better. So that is good because I did feel a little guilt, but I don't want him calling off on his 3rd day of work. Crawl your butt in there and do the work, because if there's one thing that I've proven to myself, and you've watched my videos, you've heard me talk, you know a little bit about me at this point. You know I have almost 0.0% skills. I have probably just under average looks, just under average height. So I don't have a great deal of natural gifts going for me, but the one thing that always worked for me was hard work. Just working circles around people never seemed to be that difficult of a scenario. When I started at UPS, within my first week, I was unloading those big tractor trailers, filled with packages that come up from Indianapolis to the sort here in Northwest Indiana. And the sorter, who is at the end of the little conveyor belt, there's I don't know how the trucks are now. This was early 90s through mid 90s. I was at UPS. And it was in my first week, and one of the grumpy old guys that he has been like a lifer at UPS because he doesn't have the eyesight to be a driver. So he's kind of back in those days. Hopefully he's retired by now. But he was very grumpy, and he pulled me aside at the break, and he says, "You got to slow down." I was like, "What?" You're unloading too fast. He said, "Remember, we're paid by the hour." I was like, "Okay, that's my first week. I'm here to work hard." And that's what I continue to do. And I moved up in the ranks. I became I moved right out of the unloading position probably within months, memorized the zip codes for all of the conveyor belt positions and locations. So I was a sorter way before they thought I was going to be ready for that, because you have to pass the test. And I breezed the test because, again, I studied and memorized. Became a preloader, which are the guys that load the brown trucks. Took home these old VHS videotapes, which was about how to most efficiently work the belt as a preloader. And I remember my boss was like, "In all my years that I've been at UPS, nobody's ever taken those videotapes home and watched them." So not only did I take those home, but we used to have these vinyl sheets that would hang on the back of the truck. So the brown trucks would back in. You'd open the 2 doors, and on those doors would be snaps, and these long vinyl sheets. There were probably 2 feet by 3 feet, 2 feet wide, 3 feet long, and you'd have like 3 of them on each door, and they would show the areas that are served by that particular UPS truck, and you would load them in sequential order, so that they can efficiently deliver packages according to sequence. And UPS does run the tightest ship in the shipping business. So I asked my boss if I can take those home every day after the sort for like 2 weeks, and he's like, I'm only going to let you take these home because it's you and you never miss any work, and you seem to be actually interested in how to do this job. I took those home, memorized and I had 2 cars. I memorized every sequence number and zip code, the addresses, zip code. Sorry, I'm trying to be in a hurry so I can go rescue Maya Coco. And so then they gave me a 3rd truck, because what do you do with somebody that is busy and good? You give them more work. And then I was going to get an internship with the Lake County Prosecutor's Office here in Northwest Indiana, because I was going to Indiana University Northwest with the idea of going to law school. So I asked them if I can use them on my resume, and the big boss, my boss's boss, called me in and said, "Have you ever think about management?" I'm like, "Here?" I'm like, "I'm the youngest person here." And so they essentially made me an offer I couldn't refuse. I became the youngest supervisor in Indiana. And the moral of that story is this: there was no special skills involved. All it was hard work, going above and beyond, extracurricular activities to improve my ability to do my job. And that is one of the foundational keys to life. And you sound like you're on a soapbox preaching. Well, yes, I am. I'm telling you about life and how to make it in life. So I got to run. So this is my update for now. Sorry to go off the rails here at the end, but some of the life lessons I've learned, I'd like to share them with you. Some of them are profound. Like, I started to write a book called The Money Rules, and I put that aside because writing is very hard. Although I did write a book and publish it. It's called Real Estate Good Life. You can look it up on Amazon.com. It's about real estate. If you have any real estate agent friends, give them that book. I'll finish that book one day. But as I've told you before, money rule number 1, money solves all of your money problems. See, that's very profound. And all of my money rules are profound and are spot on. I need to share with you more of those ideas going forward, so you can get to know me a little better than just the kookiness that goes on here on a daily improv basis. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll check in tomorrow with another video and see what kind of action we have going on. Keep the green going up and to the right. See you in the next video.